I think Devin has him. Devin has him. You know what I'm saying? Devin is a great boxer, and this guy's gonna be short-lived. You know what I'm saying? Kambosos not gonna hold those belts. You know, the first fight he has with a top contender, he's gonna lose. You know, he's a dirty fighter. Fights with his head down. You know, one thing about fighters like that, we never fight going forward like that. You know, aggressive like that, because you know you get head-butted. You know, you saw my son's got a big ass slash, and you know, and he had to commit because he couldn't breathe. He just wanted to get him out of there. You know, but we stood at 135 too long, man. 9 years at 135, 9 fucking years, you know. And a lot of, you know, I don't want to name companies, but they screwed us up, man. They held us for a whole year. We should have just let go of those belts at the 135 weight division after Lomachenko. He even fought Loma hurt, you know. He had, you know, we didn't even say anything about his elbow or his wrist, you know, because we're not like that. We don't make excuses when we have injuries like that. We make excuses, you know, when you don't have no freaking lungs, because that's what the sport's all about. You know, you can't play basketball, soccer, or any sport without lungs, you know. And you know, we almost lost him, and I'm just so happy that he's still around. You know, we're gonna do great. I'm his coach. I'm always gonna be his coach. He's never gonna leave me. You know, I didn't do nothing wrong in that fight. I was just a motivational coach that night, you know, because of his situation. You know, we're thinking about putting in an assistant coach and see what happens.
Joey Gamache again or someone else?
We don't know yet. You know, I got to talk to my son about that. He needs rest right now. You know, he's got to have 10 days of rest before they take the stitches out. Then after that, we'll start doing some cardio. We could, you know, he told him that he could jump rope, he could shadow box, he could run. So we're gonna do all of that. You know, get ready, and then 6 weeks, 8 weeks from now, we'll start sparring.
What advice could you give? You know, being the trainer that went up against Kambosos to beat him, what's some of the things you got to do?
No, like what we always do. Stay in the outside and keep on touching. That's it. That's the way we fight. You know, we don't commit. We don't commit until we start breaking you down, you know, and that's when we commit, and then we take you out of there. My son was just fighting like that because he couldn't breathe. I mean, everybody know that he don't fight like that, but, you know, props to Kambosos, you know, it was his night, he got lucky, and, you know, but he's going to be short-lived, you know. Let him enjoy those belts, you know. He's running around there like you know, like a kid that wanted candy. He has his candy, so, you know, but I'm telling you, Devin has his number. Devin could beat him, you know, because, you know, Devin doesn't commit. Devin stays in the outside. He boxes him. He's going to win every round. So, you know, I don't see Kambosos beating anybody that's high level right now. You know what I'm saying? You know, I just think that we stood at 135 too long, man. You know, and that cutting that weight, you know, it was just killing us. And I'm just so happy that we're going straight to a world title now at 140. And you know, and you're hearing it from me right now. You know, I'm never wrong, and I said it. The only way we could lose is by health. James. And come May, end of May, beginning of June, we're gonna start taking all the belts at 140. You know, and once we do that, we move up to 147.
Is Barbosa first at 140, or is
we don't know who we're fighting though? You know what I'm saying? No, because we're fighting for a world title.
Okay.
So I think so. He could be a contender. I don't know. We got to sit down with Bob. Right now, what's more important is his health. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the fans, I just got to tell them that nobody knows what he went through, you know. Like, he was in ICU for 4 days. We almost lost him. And that shit's not going to happen again. You know what I'm saying? But you learn from your mistakes. And I'm just waiting for him to get all the titles at 140. That's it.
And lastly, Tio, and again, I'm happy your son's okay, and we keep him in the sport, obviously. But with Rolly and Tank, man, what do you think of that fight?
That's a 50-50 fight, you know. But I think I got Rolly a little bit ahead because of his punching power, and Rolly's working, man. Rolly's a hard worker. You know, he don't party, he don't drink, he don't smoke. You know, and that's my boy, you know what I'm saying?
Are you going to work with him for the fight?
We don't know. We don't know. I just saw his coach coming out right now. You know, he told me to come by the gym. You know, they work out every day. You know, I'm not going to say what time or whatever it is or where it's at. But, you know, just for security purposes. But, you know, I'll be there. You know, if he needs me, I'll be there. You know, But I just want to let everybody know. You know, my son gonna be fight of the year again. I'm gonna be trainer of the year again. You know, Canelo got it in 2019. We got it in 2020. Canelo got it again in 2021. We're gonna get it again in 2022. You know what I'm saying? I just want my son to be healthy and get those 3 fights. You know, we got 2 pay-per-view fights and 1 ESPN. We're gonna do the first ESPN first, and then we get the 2 pay-per-view fights at the end of the year. You know, maybe August and then December. Mm-hmm. So, you know, he's gonna be busy this year, but we want him healthy. You know, I spoke with Bob, and Bob is, you know, 100% with me. We're not gonna put him in the ring no more with him being hurt. You know, people don't know about these situations. We never complain about it. You know, but you know, he had a lot of bone structures that in his elbow that they had to suck out because, you know, it was bothering him with his nerves, and then his wrist. You know, because he broke his hand.
I saw him with the cast on tonight.
Yeah, he broke his hand. You know, when he fought William Silva, I think it was his 7th or 8th fight, and you know, and one of the nerves was bothering him because he has titanium in his hands, so it was bothering one of his nerves. And we got one of the best doctors from LA, Dr. Chin, and he took care of it. You know, 2 days ago. So we gotta wait 10 days. Once they take that off, then that's when we start working. You know.
And I know Junior did really good against sparring against Ugas. Do you think Ugas?
Listen, let me tell you something. Ain't nobody in the world could beat my son. Like I told everybody, the only way you could beat him, because I know my son is asthmatic. You know, and the only way somebody could beat my son is if he's not healthy. You don't think Boses was listening to him breathing hard? Come on, bro. That motivated that dude, bro. That dude's fake. He's a fake dude, bro. You know, my son was wheezing. I was trying to stop the fight. 3rd, 4th round, I said, yo, you want me to stop the fight? Because he was wheezing, bro. He was like, he couldn't breathe. He had a hole in his chest and throat. That's the past, man. I don't want to talk about that no more. You know what I'm saying?
I
want to take over the
140. Wondering, is he mentally okay after this loss?
No, he's 100% good because he knows what happened. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like we lost that fight. You know what I'm saying? That was a split decision fight. You know, I really believe they just wanted to shut me up. You know, I'm saying there's a lot of hate in boxing. You know, I don't know what the other 2 referees were looking at. You know what I'm saying? But you got to beat the champ to be the champ. You know, and my son hurt that boy. You know, that was a flash knockdown that my son had, and it was because of the same shit. You know, after the first minute, he was doing amazing. We was working the great plan, and then, bop, he falls. You know, gets up right away. You know, you have to give him, you got to give him something, bro, because he's the world champion. He got 4 belts. You can't just give out those 4 belts to somebody. You got to earn that shit. You know what I'm saying? He didn't dominate my son in the sense that he won convincingly. You know what I'm saying? He's the world champion. You know, so now we're with Top Rank. Everything's good. You know, I'm happy. Bob said nothing changes. Everything stays the same. You know, he didn't lose none of his sponsors. And we just got to make a big comeback this year and show the whole world why he was always been the best, you know what I'm saying? And become undisputed back-to-back.
Bring the takeover back?
We're going to bring it back, you know what I'm saying? At 140, he's going to feel amazing, you know? You know, he told me, you know, like when he was going to fight in June, you know, when Floyd came in and started saying that he was going to fight in June, and the same day that he was going to fight, you know, we was ready, you know? And he told me, he even started crying, because he told me, Dad, we trained so hard, like we was ready, you know, and he felt 100% good that night, you know, and then they canceled the fight, and they kept on canceling, and they kept on canceling, you know, and then you keep on training, and then they keep on canceling, you know, that fucks with your head, you know what I'm saying? But you know, I'm not gonna make no excuses. I'm just gonna let everybody know I don't want to talk about that no more. You know, it's a new era now at 140, and everybody's gonna see why he's the best. And you know what? The best thing about my son is that he does so good because he could carry that punch to 154, 147. You know what I'm saying? And not a lot of people could do that at 135. You know, but for us it's gonna be easier. You know, because you know we spar with world champions. I mean, since he was 13, he was fighting, you know, big dudes, 140, 147, 154 pounders. you know, since he was 13, 14, 15, you know, world champions.
Like
so,
Ugas.
yeah, you know, like Ugas, like Sean Porter, like all these great fighters, and he would do really good. Why? Because of his speed, and then he could carry a punch, you know, and that's why I tell everybody, longevity is better than you winning one fight and then nobody's gonna remember you, because then you're gonna keep on losing. You know, look what happened to Berchelt. You know, he was getting caught with that right hand every time. He would throw that jab, he would catch it with that over right hand. You know, and I even told their corners, yo, he's timing that jab. He's timing that jab. He, you know, tell him to double up. Don't throw one jab. Throw double jabs so you get him off. You know, so you can get him off his footwork. You know, off balance, so he doesn't throw that over right hand on him. You know, Berchelt had a lot of heart, man. I mean, this was a great fight. You know, everybody got their money's worth.
Him from himself, right? Because he's not going to quit.
Of course not. You know what I'm saying? And Berchelt is just an amazing fighter, and he'll be back, man. He'll be back. You know, I think he needs more footwork. He needs a lot of footwork. You know, concentrate more on footwork, and him not throwing those. You know, give him a little bit more feints. You know, so you know, instead of throwing the jab all the time. You know, because that guy was just timing that jab. You know what I'm saying? Feint that jab, pull back, come back with the right hand. You know, because he's coming in. You know, shit like that. You know, so it's like. To me, what Berchelt needs is, because he's a strong fighter and he could take a punch, but what he needs is boxing skills. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I wish him the best. I hope he's okay. And, you know, he'll be back. He'll be back stronger, you know?
Thank you, Senior. Just good to catch up with you, man, and always wishing the best to you and your son, man.
Yeah, man. Don't miss it, man. 140-pound weight division, man, it's going to be ours. You know, we will start in June, beginning of June. I think it's going to, you know, to be more precise, it's probably going to be in the beginning of June, the first week of June or something like that. You know, we want him to be 100%. You know, he's been fighting hurt since the Loma fight. You know, I mean, he had that injury before the Loma fight. You know, the elbow injury and the wrist injury, he had it before the Loma fight. We didn't get surgery or anything like that because we was gonna fight Cambosis, you know, right away with Triller, you know, and you know, $6 million and all this shit, and we went for that, and you know, I think it was a bad decision. I think we should have just left the belts right after Loma and got him healthy, and you know, for him to come back. But that's the past, and I'm just telling everybody, man. You know, he will be world champion again at 140, and you know, and maybe 2 more fights after that, and he'll be undisputed at 140. Something that nobody has ever done, you know, back to back.
Thank you, Tio.
You got it,
Thank you, brother. Good to see you.
You already know the takeover, Teofimo Lopez Sr. right here, baby, all day.
Appreciate you, Tio. Good to see you, brother. All right, let's see if there is anything else for us to navigate. Looks like Tim Bradley and the crew have not finished up yet. What's up, Ryan? Not gonna stake it out for Tim?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna get Nikita real quick. They're gonna interview Teofimo there now.
Okay. Oh, Junior's still here. Oh shit. All right. I'll go with you for Nakathila. Yeah.
Yeah, they're still waiting to get in.
Right. Cool. Thank you, Evan.
Congratulations. Tell me what you're feeling right now. Right about now.
Word. Yeah, so you go there, I'll get this.
If I do, though, Marcus is going to come over to Tim and try to claim he was here first. You know. And Ryan. Oh, well. He didn't want anything to get too far away from the topic of the sun. And that Devin beats him. Do that right now. Okay. Cool. Alright. Cool, bro. Alright, later. All right, my beloved boxing fans, we are just chilling and waiting. Let's see, there is Teofimo Lopez and Tim Bradley. And what we're doing right now is just waiting down here by these steps for them to walk down and see if they can give us a minute or two. So that's the game plan. Over there, some of my colleagues are getting ready to interview Jeremiah Nakathila after he won his fight against Berchelt. My man in the pink, my man Ryan Burton, going to go ahead and shoot that for us while we try to wait over here for the crew of Tim Bradley, Mark Kriegel, and Teofimo Lopez. So, hold on. I'm getting a phone call. Yo. And Junior did say it's not talking to him, but just what Shannon does that. Okay. All right, brother. Later. Appreciate you guys chilling during this dead time. That's how this stuff goes. Just sit around and wait and hope you get some. Let me know in the chat if you guys enjoyed the round-by-round call tonight. Doom da doom, live on stage. Dun, dun. Doom da doom, live on stage. Tiafimo said interview Nakathila. We're gonna have that up on the site. My man over here is taking care of that. In the pink, he's gonna be interviewing. See, right now he's about to get Nakathila. So 2 places at once. Because if I leave this spot right here, I won't be able to get Tiafimo and or Tim Bradley. So I gotta stay on this spot. Because the way it works, what we do, if another reporter's here before I am, he gets dibs. Now, I personally don't give a shit if the other reporters jump in on mine, but it's not always the case the other way around, which I understand. So just you know, filling the airtime, letting you guys know tricks of the trade. Appreciate you, Adrian D. Appreciate it, man. Tiafimo, appreciate you understanding the situation as well. Live on stage. Uh-oh, look at it, people. It's Michelle Phelps. No, many fans out there of this woman. Hello, Michelle.
Hey.
What's going on? Get your live on, girl.
I'm live?
Yes.
My bad.
No, you're good. We're all doing the same thing, right? Waiting for Tim. We're waiting for Tim, right?
Well, I'm waiting around for whomever may appear.
Yeah. I want to get this damn Kambosos Haney prediction from T.O. Jr.
Oh, shoot.
That's what I want to get.
Host.
Early prediction, Michelle?
No, you know me. I don't do any predictions.
Okay. All right. Smart girl.
I like to sit on the fence.
There you go. And allow to spontaneously happen whatever may happen.
Yes. May the best man win.
There you go. But who do you think's gonna win though?
No, but really, like, who do you think?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for my ride. As soon as my ride's here.
That's code for Devin Haney by stoppage. Clearly that's what.
Is that what you got for me?
Yeah. Sean, does Tio have any opponents yet? Well, his Arnold Barbosa Jr. kept being rumored, but his pops kept talking about a title fight. Maybe that means fighting Ramirez or Zepeda, who are ranked 1 and 2 for the WBC, or fighting the winner of that fight. Maybe Taylor vacates very soon, and all those 4 belts will be freed up, and he gets to fight for one of them, probably the IBF, because that's the organization that first ranked him.
Still sitting there?
Thank you, ProDoc18. Appreciate you, man. Lelos Boxing. Shout out to Lelos, man. Vámonos. Appreciate you, brother. Congratulations. 817 Boxing B. This ain't no casual chat. You're keeping it locked down in FightHype. We got the realest fans. I actually believe that too. Like, I have to say that. So, you know, I'd be an idiot, but I actually believe you guys are the most legit fans, the FightHype fans. You know we keep it live on stage. Looks like the former undisputed lightweight champ Teofimo Lopez is getting ready to come on down. Let's see if the young man already let me know. I don't want to talk, but let's see if I could just Haney Cambosis. Let's give that a shot, people.
Here it is.
And let's finish it up with the great Mark Kriegel finishing their man hug. Mark Kriegel trying to give the young man some wisdom, I'm sure. Look, young man, fuck all the dumb shit, okay? You're a great talent, go handle your business. Something along those lines, but just much more eloquently put. And now that guy's ass is in the way, I apologize. If only this mic could zoom in so far that we could just hear what they're saying. I'll narrate. Look, kid, I'm from New York, you're from New York. You're super talented, I'm super talented. Let's just run the game. You know what I'm saying? You punch motherfuckers and I commentated. You feel me, Tio? And Tio's like, absolutely, yeah, of course, Mark, of course. Of course, man. Hey, Mark, I'm gonna be fucking people up. Just be ready to commentate it. Be ready to commentate. No, but see, when you fuck them up, Tio, set it up to the body. Set it up to the body. See, I'm on Creek. I know that. I covered Larry Holmes. Hold on. We gotta keep this narration going. Oh no. Okay, no, Mark. And now the hug. Is that the last hug? It is. Alright. Moment of truth time. My Gangstar rapped. Moment of truth.
Cheers, man.
Oh yeah. JETS. We got heart. We don't got wins, but we got heart. Knicks fan as well. I do love the Jets, but I love the 49ers more. Now Joe Tessitore giving the young man that game. And Bernardo Osuna, everyone giving the young man the game. Yes. I just give it to you right now. What is? Yeah. Was it? Yeah. See that cast on that hand. See the cast right there. Joe Tessitore.
Everybody got tacos. Oh, also they're great tacos. He's pissed off because they got I was underneath. I couldn't find it. You know what I'm saying? It's like underneath your. Yeah, I see it. It's there. Well, this is like about
Look at Tim Bradley. And man works hard. That's the doctor right there, PhD in the sport.
It's gonna be almost the same shit. It's always gonna run to the fight. Beat him, get that
Good show tonight.
Marky Mark.
I enjoyed listening in to you guys. What's up, brother? How are you?
How you doing, Mark? So, got the Haney Kambosos, Mark? What do you think?
I think Haney Kambosos will happen, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's a good fight. Going to be tough to win it overseas. The kid is a little bit bigger. Kambosos not the biggest lightweight in the world. But I don't know. What do you think, Mark? You're who the people
About
pay
the fight?
Yes.
Do we know that they're fighting yet?
Not yet.
We kind of know, right?
What do you think if Haney weren't to accept this deal? And
I think that Haney will accept this deal. I think it will. If I were a betting man, I would say I'd bet that it would be in short order. How about that?
maybe fight this guy.
Which guy?
Oh, bite your shoulder?
That's my man.
Yo, Tio, can we just get a Haney Kambosos? Who do you think wins that fight, brother?
Oh, fuck. No, it's a made fight for Haney. Yeah.
In what way? What do you mean?
Huh?
What do you mean?
Oh, the whole shit was a scheme, bro. They had the zone. I was on the zone platform. They gave it to Kambosos because they knew what I was gonna do with it. They knew what I was gonna do. I was gonna drop him. Then it's a longer process for Devin to become, quote unquote, undisputed. It's all a game, man. They pay that shit.
Isn't it gonna be? Isn't it gonna be tough to win in Australia though? Like if it's a setup, isn't it? When they set it up in America, not Australia, where? Why?
Everything's already made. It's everything. I had to see that for myself.
So
They already knew who won before they even fucking announced it. See the tapes.
Hey, Tio, what advice would you give Dev though on what he's got to do in the ring with Kambosos? Man?
Fuck both of them.
Hey, Tio, is the hand okay, man?
Dile, yo soy un bizcocho.
Yo, Tio, last one, man. Back in June? Back in June, Tio? Back in June. All right, champ. Yo, Tio, appreciate you, man. Just want to say, hope to see you again. Yeah. Good to see you, moms.
Okay.
Take care.
Hey.
Hope everything good. See you guys. Thank you again, City. Have a good night, brother. Thank you. See you. What's up, man? Good to see you. All right, cash flow. All right. Yep. Oh shit, night shot. Hold on. Thank you. Not my proudest moment, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Mark, thank you, brother.
Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I'd rather.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Put a little stare on that side real quick.
that was his chance when we were with him. That was his. I want to see the practice.
You're right. You're right. That's right. I know. I just can't help it. You know, it's more just look. You're in there with the guy. What do you got to do? What do you got to do? It's something you got to do. You know, don't get caught up doing this. Or, you know, he knows. He just. I feel fuck that. What do I care? Why would I give advice to him? I hate him. I get it. But I'm curious. What would you do? What do you do? You know? I did feel kind of bad. I can't give advice. Let me ask the guy who can. You know what I mean?
Hey, Nick.
You fought him, you know. What do you do?
Same kind of deal.
You can tell me.
I'm just leaving
No one's
power
watching.
and stuff that goes to the deal.
You're just between me, you, and
Where do you
a
want me to
million
leave
people
this
on
time?
fight.
This time with you.
Just lay it right here for the jam.
Okay. This is the stuff that's going to start.
You're good like that. I just...
Let's go to dinner.
Don't we all?
Tim looks hungry.
Huh?
I said Tim looks hungry.
Oh no, April. No, but the week after.
You're not going April 9th?
No, well, I know, right?
I thought you'd go around for your wedding.
I want to, but why? You know, my wife.
Well, you gotta take her on a honeymoon.
She's like, hang out with me. You know, we can watch the fights at home.
You know, she said that to say why.
She didn't
But
say
after you say why, die.
no, or why? Yeah. You could parry.
Are you going anywhere?
Step out of range. There's more options, Ryan. Alan. Sorry, Alan. We always wind up strategizing against our wives and what defensive posture we want to take. No honeymoon. Yeah. We're gonna stay by Tito's house at the M for like a night.
Yeah.
It's hard. Our son is so attached to us. Nobody wants to watch him because he freaks out. Mommy, Daddy.
Yeah, first.
Yeah.
I know. Well, I know, but his grandparents got stepped the fuck up.
I saw him get
willing to take the challenge. As soon as he starts crying, they're like, yeah. Kevin Gaming, that is the plan, bro. That is exactly the plan. I'm more afraid of his response than Sammy's too. Like he does, for sure. Although Sammy he's got that Mexican left hook, you know, very natural for her to just, yeah, it's just there. Well, yeah, I could trade you to TFC. We could swap.
Hey, did he cop on you guys too?
Who?
Jeremiah?
Oh no, he did?
Yeah, he's copping on everyone's face.
Man, he's getting gyry. He's getting gyry, man. He's getting gyry. Although that's Jamaican, totally different part of the world in Namibia, but Tim, only if you force Tito to stay.
I'm about to tap out, to be honest.
Just 3 more minutes, guys. I need.
You know what's the problem is with half a year? I've been holding since like 2 fights. So I'm about to tap out.
All right. But we look.
Because otherwise, I might have to find the
exit.
exit.
We look more like assholes now. But with the 4 of us, it's like, who knows the video? All right, go ahead.
Does he feel more, like you feel more inclined to want to do the interview?
I feel so. Because it's
I thought you like you might have do over his house and stuff. Not quite bad.
not yet.
But it's like you've been taking trips on the home right to say hi to him and
I work with his son, try to teach him, don't do it like Tim show, do it like I do.
Tim usually gives me
Oh, he does.
we had the Boxing Lab podcast. It's episode 1.
Yeah. Back in for the WBC IBF unification.
I was there.
In Michigan. See guys? I told you. Little faith and love. They're pretty
He
buff
said,
too.
"Oh, man."
Man, them bodyguards about to fuck us up.
All right, Tim.
Yeah. Unreal.
We'll be quick with it, Tim. We'll be quick with it.
Hold on, before you guys start, I want to give him a second. On the camera.
He's giving him a few minutes. Don't answer the question like that. Answer the question like this.
Tim
What's up,
Bradley,
Tim?
how
What's
are
up,
you,
buddy?
my man?
How you guys doing, man?
Dude, I was surprised about what happened, but it just didn't look like Berchelt was him. I hate to say it, but it doesn't look like there's much left.
Nah, he definitely was a shell of himself. In a fighter meeting, I knew something wasn't right, especially when I asked him and his trainer. I said, where was the test during the training camp? Because I've been in a situation similar to his. And, you know, I had the fight of the year with Ruzan Papanikov, took a lot of punishment in that fight, some big shots. And I knew mentally I wasn't the same. I was unsure of myself if I could take a punch. You know, taking that many shots during the course of a fight. So what my trainer did, Joel Diaz at the time, put me in the ring first day in the gym against Lucas Matisse, big puncher. And he's like, you're either gonna sink or you're gonna swim. And depending on how you look today, we're gonna take the Marquez fight or not, depending on how you look today. If you look gun shy, whatever it is, you can't take a punch, whatever, then we're not gonna take the fight because I care about your health. All right, so I got in the ring, held my own, wasn't spooked at all. You know, I fought the best I possibly could. I was out of shape, but you know, Matisse, he did his thing. But after that, we said, oh, we're ready, because I was in there with a big puncher, you know, and he wanted to see how I react to it. You don't want to wait till you get here to see how your fighter react. You got to test them in the gym. You know, we always hear fights are won in the gym. That's true. They are won inside the gym and how you prepare for things. He should have got tested before he got in there because I saw a guy that was gun shy inside the ring. I saw a guy a little bit confused as far as, you know, how to beat, because a little bit of his nature was probably taken away because he was trying to be a little bit more economical and more defensive with his approach because he didn't want to get hit. So, but it is what it is, you know, and I said during the telecast or during the broadcast, I said, man, you know, mentally it affects you, and not only mentally, but physically. When he got hit with that jab and he went down, on, you know, right on the chin, that right there, you know, told me so. His legs never looked great at all. Never looked like he was, you know, his legs was ever stabilized. Yeah, he was always walking on eggshells, you know. And that's Berchelt. That is Berchelt. But when he would end the round and go back to the corner, I was like, oh my gosh, like somebody needs to step up and stop this action because he's taking some big shots. Nakathila is a big puncher. And I also said that if he can get past Nakathila, punching power, I mean, that right hand, then he could possibly do something in his division. Obviously, that didn't happen tonight. So I would advise, I mean, only he knows his body, but just based on what I saw tonight, shell of himself now. Oscar Valdez fight probably ended his career, no doubt about it.
Tim, just to move on to another guy from Mexico with Canelo, what chances does Dimitri Bivol have of beating him?
He has a really good chance of beating Canelo, I think, but it can't be close, and that's the thing. If it's close, Canelo's gonna get the nod. We know Canelo's gonna put the pressure and try to walk down Bivol. Bivol inside game is not that great. It's not great. It's not, you know, prolific or any way, but his footwork on the outside, his movement, his jab, that's one thing that frustrates the counterpuncher. When they get hit in the face with that jab, it's like you always got to reset. Okay, whatever you was thinking about doing, bop, again, dang it. All right, got to go back to the drawing board. And if he can keep his feet moving and, you know, not allow Canelo to pressure him and get him on the ropes and do what Canelo does, and I think he has a really good chance of beating him. I've said this in the past. I said, if a guy's going to beat him, it's going to be this guy. It's going to be Bivol. It's going to be Bivol. If the guy's going to beat him, it's going to be Bivol.
Why him over David and Beterbiev? That's what everybody else is talking.
See, the thing is that, you know, David, I believe, is a tough fight. I've also said that, too. I've said he's a tough fight, but I would favor Canelo because David is there to be hit. Canelo don't like guys that move, and he has to cut off the ring, you know, and track them down. You know, that could probably be a little bit contradictory there because when he fought against, what was his name? Caleb, no, not Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant, I thought that Billy Joe Saunders, and he moved around in the whole night. He was able to cut him off. But it's the way you move. It's being set all the time, being set to punch. If you go and you look at Triple G fight, Triple G will move subtly, move back, you know, to the side, use his jab, and he will counterpunch effectively. You know, when he uses jab, he kept Canelo at bay. He was having success. So it's also how you move, not just running around the ring and trying to get space. No, it's here, subtle movement here, pop, pop, pop. Oh, subtle movement here, pop, pop, pop. You know, and making Canelo miss and making him pay because you know those hooks are coming. You know those hooks are coming, man. That's what he specializes in. The left hooks and foot feints and hand feints and high feints he does. And, you know, he uses that high guard trap a lot. You know, a lot. So, I don't know. I think Bivol will be okay being able to figure that out. You know, punch him in between that target.
You think he'll make it the 12 rounds?
Yeah.
Yeah? Do you think it'll be a fight where it's split decision, like really close?
I don't know. You know, to be honest with you, I don't know. I don't know how the fight's going to be. You know, I'm just saying if it is close, then Canelo's going to win the fight. I think that Bivol has to put on a boxing clinic, just literally a boxing clinic, and make Canelo miss and make him pay as often as he possibly can. And he has punching power also to hurt Canelo, I believe, too. So, yeah. But it's a lot, man. You can take in so many factors you can take in, man. You can take in the fact that Bivol hasn't been active enough. I mean, you can put that in the bag. Canelo's been actively fighting, the most active champion out there, undisputed champion out there. The fact that he's faced big guys, he's been in the ring with big guys. He's used to the power now. He understands what he can and cannot do. You got to take that into account. And you got to take into account that it's Canelo and how mentally strong he is. You know, go along with that skill. You know, he has a certain aura about him, so you got to take that into account too. So, great fight. I salute Canelo. I'm not gonna lie, Bivol is a bad boy, and if he beats and clearly beats or dominates Bivol, bro, like, there's no doubt, man. There's no doubt in my mind because as of right now, Crawford is my number one guy. But without a doubt, I mean, I don't care how you put him. You can put Canelo number one to understand the accolades, the whole nine. He's been fighting champions, knocking them out the whole nine. Crawford been knocking out guys too, you know, but not at that level. But then you got to give him respect, bro, because this is a big guy that can box, also punch, you know what I mean, and come from that old school style of boxing, you know. Go ahead.
Out of all the guys who could have fought, he picked the hardest fight.
I thought he picked the hardest fight.
Are you surprised though that he did that?
I was completely surprised. I mean, it just tells you, you know, Canelo's about legacy. The money too, but this dude is about legacy, man. He's chasing legacy. He wants to be, what do you call that?
Mexico's greatest.
Mexico's greatest. Morality. What is it called? Immortality. There it is. Immortal. Stay in the game. And, you know, when he die out, his name is still, you know, resonate with the fans and just in boxing in general. And he's on the course of that, man, because I think what he's doing is he's going to kill two birds with one stone. He's going to fight Triple G. He's going to fight Triple. So he's going to fight this fight. If he gets through this fight, then he's going to fight Triple G. So he's going to take care of that. You know, he didn't win and all that stuff by stopping Triple G. You know, and then he'll get a belt at 175, which makes a lot of sense. And then he'll fight the winner of and another undisputed championship. And if you got a guy that wins 2 undisputed championships back to back, oh my gosh, dude!
But do you think he goes through with the Better Be a fight if Better Be a beats Joe?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, because like I told you, it's
You
more.
told me he's straight lines better be it.
He is a straight line, but he's tough. He's tough and he's durable. He can take a punch. I don't know if he can take Canelo's punch, but I know he can take a punch. But yeah, I see him. I see him doing that. I see him possibly doing that, or maybe waiting a little while, see if he can see any kind of slippage, maybe, and then taking on that fight.
So if he fights Triple G after Vivo, do you look at that as a competitive fight still, or it seems like you're moving on?
Well, maybe Triple G's a guy that is just some guys that will give you a good fight. Maybe he's
that is that case, but just judging upon Triple G's last performance and just see him slowly deteriorating, late in fights, he's getting hit more often. I think Canelo's on a different level, and I think that Canelo just has his number now. He knows what he has to do. He has to pressure him, put him on his back foot, avoid the jab, counterpunch, go to his body, just as he did before. The weakness is still there, no doubt about it.
And lastly, Tim, man, just Rolly Tank. Rolly Tank, man. I read your article about Rolly. Sounds like you're not writing him off like necessarily like everyone else. What do you think of that fight? Does he stand a chance of pulling that off?
See, Rolly was on my thing. It was on the lookout because he's just a different cat. I mean, explosive, cocky, a guy that, is surprising. He's spontaneous, and he can surprise you. And all it takes is one punch, and he's strong. He's super strong, man. But when you're fighting a guy like Gervonta Davis, that is technically sound, accurate with his shots, precise with his punches, and just confident, it's going to be tough for Rolly. And you read, I said, somebody has the discipline to be able to tame this beast and deal with the roughhouse tactics and so on and so forth, that he can be beat. So,
you said not without a fight, though.
Not without a fight, because he's going to fight. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, I think with the Cruz fight, he kind of showed like the pressure could work against a guy like Gervonta, right?
Facts. Yeah. It can. I mean, against any southpaw, against any fighter, a lot of times pressure. I mean, even against Floyd Mayweather. I mean, you look at it, Floyd Mayweather, would isolate you more times than none with his movement and just, his combinations and his jab and, his quick reflexes and, quick responses off the counter. But, we saw Matisse get in close. We saw, what's the kid name? Not Broner, Madonna. Yeah, not Matisse, Madonna.
You talking about Floyd?
We saw Castillo get close. I mean, Cotto get close. So, like.
Jesus Chavez.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of guys, but they still didn't figure out the puzzle. But I'm just saying, like, there's vulnerability there, I believe with Tank as well. If you can take his power and you can beat on to the body and pressure him, and and you got a punch too to where he's respected, then he's beatable. Every fighter's beatable, man. Every fighter's beatable. But
thanks, guys. Thanks, Tim.
Thank you.
Anyways,
Tim.
all right, guys.
Thank you so much,
later.
Tim. Hey, thank you. Appreciate you. Thanks, Tim.
Yeah.
Hey, you're too kind, man. We really appreciate it. Thank you, Tim. See you later. Cool. All right, fellas. Thank you, fellas. All right, fellas. All right, everybody tuned in. That's it. That's all. You don't got to go home, but you do got to leave the Fight Hype chat because we're about to shut it down once I log off. So thanks, everybody, for joining us live. I had a lot of fun rocking with everybody. Much love to you. Yeah, man. Keep it locked in on Fight Hype. Thanks, everybody.